Good afternoon, everybody. Got a big question for you. Are you ready to be triggered? Are you ready to be triggered into healing? What would you do if I said that your ego and your pride won't allow you to see into the things that you need to do in life to heal? What if I told you that your ego covers up every portion of your ability to self-reflect and see that you need to reach inside of you and heal? Your ego tells you that I can take the easy way out. I don't need to do it this way. I can be this. How I can do this however I want. But then you step into a relationship, a friendship, a marriage, and then it falls apart. Each and every time. Your ego tells you that somebody's going to accept me just the way I am, traumas and all. And then you take and trigger each other and beat each other up back and forth and wonder, I love them so much. What happened? They were amazing in the beginning, but what happened in the end? What if it was your ego? I told you your ego and your pride makes you point at every blame that they had into it, and you can't see what you brought to the table. That you can't see the cause and effect of either side. What if I told you your ego and your darkness has shadowed everything that has made you what you are today? Your inner childhood traumas are buried deep, deep, deep down inside of you. And that's the darkness. It layers and layers and layers of things. And then when you step into a relationship and someone starts doing certain things, it brings those undealt with traumas back up. It is like someone cutting you with a knife and you bury it inside, never to really heal it, but you cover it up so you don't have to see it. You don't have to feel it. You don't have to do anything with it, but you want the pain to go away. So you become emotionally numb, psychologically numb, and you just follow a path. You choose all the things around it that you think bring you happiness, money, sex, all these things. You base all your relationships off of the monetary feelings that someone can bring to you that make you feel good about yourself. You seek acceptance. You seek all these things, and these are all ways to cover up the hurt and the trauma that's inside of you. It is codependency. It is all these things that are down inside that come up later on in a relationship. It makes it feel like when it's brand new, it's amazing. Then months later, your toxicity for both sides start coming on out and you're wondering what's going on. It is inside of you. Everything you need to heal to have a happy, healthy life and relationship is inside of you, but you have to choose you first. You cannot expect somebody to walk in and fix you. It is no one's place to do that, and their repair will only be temporary, because eventually your toxic will come out, and your toxic will hurt them. And I don't care how strong a man or a woman is, enough time into this will wear an individual down, and theirs will do the same to you. We have to normalize healing in this world in order to see lasting relationships come back. To be able to value intimacy. And I don't mean just in the bedroom. I mean between two people. There's people in relationships, including myself at one point, that believe that they're unsafe in a lot of ways. So they lie, they hide, they do all these things out of fear. And that fear is a self-reflection of yourself. It is the inability to believe and be afraid to find out that the person that you have chosen will no longer love you once they find out the truth. And this happens more and more nowadays because we run inside of circles and inside of society that is extremely toxic and has toxic beliefs. They're toxic to themselves with their beliefs. So therefore, when somebody lies, they take it deep inside because somewhere along the line they lie and it's hurt them. Or someone has lied to them and it's hurt them. They don't have the ability to reflect and say, you know what, I've lied and I did it because of this. What we have to find is the balance of whether someone's going to take and choose to heal and work past those in the relationship, as well as if we're going to give the person the space to have unconditional love for them, to be able to allow them to come forward with what's hurt them as well. We lose all this underneath an ego. Have you ever seen that person that wants to take and cut down somebody because of their spelling or all those things, or because of the way they talk, the way they look? Believe it or not, that is an ego that's deep down rooted inside of them to go make fun of someone to make themselves feel better. And they don't even realize that it's that way. That ego turns into anger, mean, and hate. And we don't see that it's there. And that anger that we hold from all those things that are deep down inside of us, the anger, the hurt, and all that stuff, it comes out because it was not purged. It wasn't dealt with. It was just destroyed you from the inside out. Somebody that walked into a relationship with you, seen certain aspects of yourself, and it triggered you. It made you have to run. It made you feel negative. That is a part of your inability to self-reflect of, why do I feel this way? When you feel a certain way about someone that says something, your subconscious is triggering you to say, look at me. Why am I feeling this way? It is bringing a deep sub-psychological trauma to the surface. And you're not stopping and reflecting and asking yourself, why do I feel this way? Why did this person say this and feel this? Why do they see what they see? Instead, we go into a fight or flight response. And we either protect ourselves from what they feel and see, or we run from it instead of embracing what a loved one has to say and sees in them or sees inside of you. It is a fear that is deep down inside of you. It is a trauma that is deep down inside of you that you have not healed or let go of yet. This will lead you into narcissistic relationships, toxic relationships. You will be toxic to somebody else. A toxic person can trigger you. Why? Because you've lived this, so you recognize it on a subconscious level. So it makes you feel negative about yourself. But why do you really feel negative about yourself? Because somewhere along the way you believe subconsciously that this is who you are because it's an unhealed trauma. When there's a lot of people in this world that choose the light, they know that they've done wrong, but they know that wrong doesn't define who they are. And it limits them because the way others look at them. And it does the same to you. We walk through society, bouncing our traumas off from each other, triggering each other now because a lot of us don't see what's in there. We won't face the darkness that is ourself in order to heal what's in there and dig through all of that to grab the light and bring it forward. You are the light. You just don't see it. You have walked over, partied, chose drugs, stuff like that. If that's you, think about it. That is a survival mechanism. And that's deep down inside of you. You are taught that somewhere, some way. And you have to forgive yourself for learning that response because it was just survival. Now it's time to live. Are you triggered? God bless.